Well, good morning. Today is Sunday, September 1st, and we're on our way to church. Once again, I'll invite him every week, but every week he tells me no. I can't go, it's raining. It doesn't stop you from going. It wouldn't stop you from doing some other things in life, but anyway. It's hard to believe it's September already. Oh my gosh, it's just totally unbelievable. The older you get, how fast time goes by. It just flew by. It just seems like I just opened my pool, and next Sunday I'll be closing my pool. And then next Monday I start my water aerobics class with Birdie. So you'll start seeing Birdie again. It's just, I don't know. I just wish time would slow down just a little bit. Not a lot, but just a little bit so that I can enjoy it a little bit more. But today is the official start of my birthday month. Yeah! My birthday is not till the 7th, but I've already started celebrating because today is the day. If you followed me for a while, you know that every year on my birthday, I always say, next year I'm going to be 100 pounds lighter. And it never comes to be. It never happens because I just don't try. But next year I'm going to be 70. Ooh, a whole new decade of numbers. And I am so determined that I'm not going to spend the rest of my life chasing after my goal. I want to spend the rest of my life maintaining my goal. So this year on my birthday, I officially don't have to say next year I'll... Okay, you can sit right on my butt. I can only go as fast as the person in front of me. Who does that sound like, Dee? Dish with Dee. She gets aggravated with the drivers, too. The speed limit on this particular part of the road is 45. I'll give them that. But the two cars in front of me are probably doing 30. And it's a double yellow line. Let's do the math. Okay, you're on your way to church, Sandy. Calm down, calm down. But anyway, I told you that my goal has always been to lose 100 pounds. But this year, for my 70th birthday, I really only have to lose 75 pounds to get to my goal. Because if I lost 75 pounds, that'll put me at 159. And really my goal is like 175, 80. That's my Weight Watchers goal because I want to start going for free. But I really would like to get down to about 160 pounds. I'm 5'8.5". I used to be 5'9", but I'm shrinking. So I could carry very easily 160 pounds. But I don't like the number 60. I like a 5. I like a 1 and a 5. So I would like to be a 159. And yesterday I weighed, what did I weigh? 233? I think it was 233 point something. So, that would put me in the 50s if I lost 75 pounds. And that's my goal. And I have a whole new determination. And I've got my sassy pants on. And I am going to definitely reach my goal next year. Because I'm tired of this. I'm getting crack-a-lackin' and I'm going to be doing this now. But anyway. As you noticed in my thumbnail, that... you know, I personally like going to church. None of my family goes to church. My sister Mary, take that back. My sister Mary goes to church, and her husband Don. But the rest of my family, they don't go to church. I do not hold against anybody going to church. I know a lot of people think that it's just a building and that. And but see, I never think of it as just a building. I think of it as God's home. But in that same sense, I feel that no matter where I am, I'm in God's home. Because God is within me, and I know that, and He's within you, and He's within everybody. So are you really turning? They're really turning. So I just feel that, for me, I like going to church. I get so much out of church, and I remind myself how blessed I am that of all the creatures in the world, God could have made me anything. He could have made me a dog, a cat, a bird, a snake, a turtle. Although I think I'm a turtle with my weight loss. But anyway, He could have made me anything, but He made me me. And I just have to remember that. And for my way of honoring him is by going to church. Now, that's not to say that you have to go to church to honor him, because you can honor him in your everyday life, whether you go to church or not. You take a quick moment each day to thank him for whatever he's given you. I think that's more than enough. Everybody has their own choices in life, and my choice is to go to church. And I never hold it against my family, although I do tease them about not going, because it's just like a running joke in my family. It's just, I always ask them, if I have my funeral at a church, are you going to show up? And they go, well, for that we will. Oh, thank you. How big of you? So, but they already know. I've already picked out my readings and my music, and I want a particular priest, if he's still alive, I want him to say my funeral. I mean, they know all of that. They know what stuff I'm giving them. They know all the rules. So, anyway. So I thought, before I go, I'll share 2 quick stories with you that are religion-based. The first one, I went to a Catholic school only for 4 years. When we moved into our new home, this is not the story, this is just a lead into the story. When we moved into our new house, because my sister, which is another story I'll tell another day, had burnt the house down, my sister Mary. We had bought another house, and we were like all living everywhere, blah, blah, blah. And when we moved into this new house that my parents bought, the Catholic school didn't have room in the class for me, because they only had 1 grade for each class, or 1 class for each grade. And I would have been in the 5th grade, and the 5th grade at that time had 35 children in it, and that was their limit. So I had to go to a public school. So I didn't go to a Catholic school. But my brothers and sisters all went to a Catholic school up until, my brother went to 11th grade, but all the rest of my family only went up to the 8th grade. So I went to a Guardian Angels Catholic school in Detroit, Michigan. It was on Houston Whittier. And so we had this one priest, Father Schuler, that nobody wanted to go to confession. So we always, after the 2nd grade, every week on Fridays, we'd have to go, or on Thursdays, because it was on Fridays. On Fridays, we'd have to go to confession. And nobody liked going to Father Schuler, because if you went to Father Finnegan just gave you 3 Our Fathers, 3 Hail Marys. And so you always wanted to go to confession when it was Father Finnegan. But when it was Father Schuler, he always gave out a rosary, which is 5 decades of Hail Marys, which are 10 each, and then the Our Father, and it was a lot. So nobody ever wanted to go to Father Schuler. So one week, and my mother used to make us go every Saturday to confession, no matter what. And I didn't want to go to confession. And so I was really thinking I wasn't going to go to confession. And then James Cowie, when we were all lining up to go to confession, stayed in his seat. And he didn't go to confession. And Father Schuler came in to the room after confessions, and he says, I want to meet St. James. And everybody goes, St. James? And he says, yeah, because St. James didn't think he had to go to he didn't have to go to confession. He must be a saint. So after that, and I thought, I said a little prayer to myself, thank you, God, for making me go to confession, because otherwise he would have singled me out too. And then the other story, I'll tell you really quick, because the bells are ringing. I still got 5 minutes. The same priest, Father Schuler, our class was so unruly. James Cowie had his own issues, which I've told you in the past. He ended up going to jail for murder. He was just a bad seed all the way around. But anyway, we were acting up in church, and he was acting like a fool. And he always had to sit next to Sister Mary Frances, because he always acted up in church. And Sister Mary Frances would, make him sit by her. And he was just doing so bad. And Father Schuler came to our class afterwards and said he was so disgusted with the way we behaved in church, that we didn't have the proper dignity, that we were not allowed because this was a Friday. So he says, next week you are not allowed to come to my Mass. You are not allowed to go to church. Okay, tell a bunch of 2nd graders that you don't have to go to church, because we were going. The only day I didn't go to church was on a Saturday. So tell a bunch of 2nd graders that your punishment is that you're not going to go to church. We were all thrilled. But we couldn't let Sister Mary Frances know, because Sister Mary Frances would have been really upset that we didn't take this seriously. So Monday comes along, And we used to line up in this courtyard. And the school was a 2-story school that was set like on an L, like it went like this, and then it was like this, and then the church was right here. And the courtyard would get so cold because the wind would get trapped in there. And so we all lined up to go to church, and everybody went into church, you know, because you had your lines that you lined up before the bell rang. And Sister Mary Frances came out, and so she said, I'm going to be sitting by that window, and I'm going to have the window open, and I'm going to be watching you, and you all better behave. And so we said, well, we can't go to church. And she says, well, I know, but I can go to church. You can't. So we had to stand outside in the cold, because it was the middle of winter, in the snow and the wind. I remember it was like a cold, windy day. It was really cold. And we had to stand out there every day for a week. And she made it a point of being the last class, you know, like she was the last nun. She let all the other classes come out and go in. And I wore a skirt, you know, girls didn't wear pants. You know, it was like, it was cold. It was really, really cold. And so I learned from that day on, from that week on, we were perfect. We were really good. We were always good in church. Father Schuler even commended how well we were behaved in church, because we never wanted to stand outside again. So, okay, anyway, this is so much for my Sunday video. I will see you guys on my daily vlog tomorrow. So give this video a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and share. And now I'm going to get wet because it's really starting to rain. And I didn't bring an umbrella.